What to do if the air leaking at trigger set? There are two reasons for the air leaking at the trigger. One is that the air leaking at the trigger when the trigger is not pulled. The other is that the air leaking at the trigger when the trigger is pulled. Let's talk about the first situation first. Usually there is dirt inside the trigger. It gets stuck in the position of the thimble and causes air leakage. Let's take apart the trigger. Just clean the dirt in the trigger. Pick off the earring on the trigger with a pick pin. Then remove the pin. Then use a 7mm open-end wrench. Turn the switch counterclockwise. When you remove the trigger, you can see that some dirt is absorbed inside, or stick it on the O-ring of the thimble and the O-ring of the valve cap. These are the things that jam the thimble. As a result, the result is that it won't pop up and get stuck inside, causing leaks. Let's take out the remaining parts from the trigger first: a valve shim and valve. After taking it out, we can use a dust gun to blow the dirt out of the trigger, or connect an air hose and blow the trigger clean as well. After blowing, then use a dust gun to blow the dirt off the valve cap and the thimble. After blowing it clean, first install the valve shim. Reinstall the valve. Place the open side up. Reinstall the thimble. Then install the valve cap and tighten it clockwise. Use a 7mm open-end wrench. Tighten the valve cap. Reinstall trigger spring, trigger, and pin. Finally, snap on the earring. Connect the air hose. If there is no air leakage, it means it has been repaired. Next, let's talk about the second situation of air leakage when connecting the air hose and pulling the trigger set. The first reason is that the O-ring on the air conduit is damaged. Open the exhaust cover first. The O-ring at this position is damaged. We can just replace it with a new O-ring. The second reason is that the O-ring of the air conduit is damaged. It can also cause the trigger to leak. The third reason is that the valve cap is not tightened. The thimble cannot reach the valve. If it cannot be sealed, it will also cause air leakage. We tighten the valve cap. Then put on the exhaust cover. After the repair is completed, we install the staples. Check whether the nailing is smooth.